My name's Thea Anamara Perkins, and I'm an Arrernte and Kalkadoon woman. So I have a lot of family in Alice Springs, but I grew up here in Sydney on Gadigal land, and I'm a visual artist. I've always made art, I think ever since I was young, painted or drawn, but when I started making it in earnest, I just went with what I was compelled to do, and I didn't really have kind of a path of where I'd take it, but I just felt the compulsion to make it. When I start to make a painting, I kind of will take an image and use that as a departure point. Maybe it's an image that draws me in or something like that, or has kind of interesting possibilities with like composition or colour, or maybe it's powerful to me because of memory or a concept that kind of allows me to use the expressive aspects of painting. I've always really loved painting, and I've always had heaps of art books around me growing up, but also I think having that connection with the Central Desert too, and how that's so bold and vibrant, but then also growing up here in Sydney and seeing what's happening with the contemporary art scene here, with abstract painting and, studying art theory. I've always recognised its expressive potential, I think, and it's something that's always kind of fascinated me and come naturally to me, I think. I think as an artist, you're not kind of working in this vacuum. You are responding to what's happening in the world, and you can be a conduit in many ways. And especially in these times of great turbulence, it's as important as ever. And it's something that I've always been taught to kind of stand up and speak out. And art can be a really powerful tool because it helps us understand each other. I entered the Brett Whiteley Travelling Art Scholarship in 2019, and it was actually something that a mentor kind of suggested and recommended to me as a good step. And I thought it would be a good idea, especially as an emerging practitioner, to enter these spaces. I chose to submit Station because it was a deeply personal work, but also I thought it was a good example of my style at the time, or the style that I was trying to kind of arrive at. Station's a painting of a site that's very important to me. It's where my grandfather was born and his final resting place. It's the location of the telegraph station. Prizes are really important. Yeah, not only do they give you encouragement, but they put you in touch with people, they put you in touch with your peers, and make these conversations that wouldn't otherwise happen, coming from different perspectives and backgrounds and views. It can be quite a solitary experience, especially as a painter working away in isolation in a studio, so it's great to have that community. A direct follow-on from my entry into the prize was applying for the Archibald in the same year and becoming a finalist, which was totally fantastic. In the following year, I entered the Alice Prize and was lucky enough to win. And I also applied for a major grant for emerging artists from the Australia Council. So yeah, I guess it really kind of gave me the confidence to pursue those goals that I would otherwise find incredibly intimidating. I think what excites me about being a young Australian artist is that there's a movement happening in the world that's it's this being poised for change, that there's a lot of work to be done, and that you can have a tangible impact and agency, because the world's kind of in an uproar. There's room to now move in and make the work and make the change. My advice for young artists is to work hard, to work really hard, because it is very hard being an artist, but to keep going and to stick to their vision and to pursue their vision, because there's a lot of kind of trends, and art's this forum of ideas, so everyone takes a different stance and a view to pursue your own original ideas.